Hi! Now, it's entirely possible to do a wall ride on something that's 90 degrees, but in most cases a skater will be doing a wall ride on a wall that looks vertical, but actually isn't. Kind of like this one. This is a big secret with most wall rides. People rarely do them on a vertical wall without a bank to assist them. And if they don't use a bank to assist them, then you'll usually find that's because it was never really vertical to begin with. For most skaters, the journey starts here. And this right here is the best obstacle to get started. It's important that I state that this is no normal quarter pipe. As you can see when you look at this side on, this is a quarter pipe with a lot of vert. It's kind of like someone's took a ramp and placed it against a vertical wall. Now it doesn't need to be exactly like this one. Most skate parks now offer some sort of tight quarter pipe that will allow you to learn the same principles. But why are we starting here? Well, anytime you're riding on vert, it's going to mimic the feeling of doing a wall ride, as both are done on vertical surfaces. The first thing you're going to notice is how much speed you need for the wall ride. It's usually a lot more than you think, and it's always better to be going too fast than too slow. The second thing you're going to notice is how much you need to crouch down and bend your knees to stick to the wall. You should almost feel as if you're sitting down. This one's important because if you fail to bend your knees, then it's going to be almost impossible for you to stick to the wall. The last thing to remember is to follow your lead shoulder so you can complete the kick turn as fast as possible. Once you're comfortable with that, the next step is to start riding over steep banks like this. The only difference you want to focus on when riding a bank instead of a quarter is that we're now going to approach from the side. Apart from that, the principles remain the same. Speed, crouch and follow that shoulder. You'll know the bank's actually worth practicing on if you can't stall on it. Basically, if you can do this, then there's no point. But if it looks more like this, then you're on the right track. As you get comfortable with this, you want to naturally progress to steeper and steeper banks until it becomes more of a challenge. Most skate parks now offer different bank obstacles to practice on. Some can be almost or at least close to vertical, with usually a small bank to help you ride on. Riding most of these obstacles is already considered a legit wall ride by most skateboarders, and you'll see why when you start trying these. It's not easy. But it's important not to just confine yourself to a skate park when learning this trick. You might find that you can get better obstacles out on the street if you're willing to do some exploring. Barrier spots like the one I shot the intro to this video on are usually found near motorways and can be the best obstacles for learning on. At this stage, you've pretty much got it, but you still need to hit a vertical wall. If you're looking to go vertical, then you should find a spot with a bank to assist you. Most skate parks now have a purpose-built bank to wall ride, and if not, then your next best option is a bank to ledge. The main difference between the vertical wall as opposed to a steep bank is the jolt you'll get coming on and off the wall. It can be pretty intimidating, but in your mind just imagine that you're still riding a steep bank. Tell yourself it isn't actually vertical. Do everything the same way you would do if it was just a bank, and you'll find it works the exact same way. After getting confident with this, the last stage is to finally wall ride a vertical wall with no bank to assist you. When you're first learning about wall rides, this seems impossible, but if you followed all the steps in this video so far and had success, then you should be ready for this. The first thing we want to do is find a brick wall that you can approach at a 45-degree angle. Then you're going to approach it and treat it the same way you would any other wall ride and just pretend in your head the wall isn't actually vertical. This is because the difference between wall riding a banked wall and a vertical wall is actually so small that you'll barely even notice the difference once you do it. The real battle is going on in your head.